benefits. My story is about how I tried to become someone's friend with benefits. When I was in college, I didn't have the best of luck dating, but this one particular summer, through pure luck, this one particular girl really took an interest in me, and I was like floored. Like, I had not dated anybody besides my hand through college, so this was my chance to really make a real connection with someone, and I thought, like, you know, this is it. Like, I'm gonna have a girlfriend this summer, so it was pretty psyched. So we go on like maybe 1 or 2 dates, and we're talking about like all the things that we connect on and stuff. Like, at that point it was just like school and just music and loans and stuff. And so we were talking about how she says, like, one of the things I'm really into, I'm really into guys that have tongue rings. I said, wow, really? Well, and that wasn't me. Like, I was a middle-class kid growing up in New Jersey, and like, my moral and like social code was all informed by Saved by the Bell. So like, the idea of having a tongue ring did not fit into mine or Lisa Turtle's life. So, but I'm like, hey, I'm all in. I am not going to lose this girl. So I said, like, hey, it just so happens I'm gonna get a tongue ring tomorrow night. And she's like, no way. I was like, yeah, fuck, no way. I'm like, yeah, I've been thinking about it. I'm like ready to be crazy and stuff. So I'm gonna go and get one. So the two of us, her very best friend / roommate in college was this girl who was actually coincidentally dating a guy who does tattoos and piercings right outside of campus. So we set it up and we go the next night. Sure enough, we go and we get to the parlor. We get in the chair, and the guy knows that I'm like doing this for all the wrong reasons. He's like, he keeps saying, like, he's like showing me like rusty clamps and like corkscrew piercings and stuff. He's like, you sure you want to do this? I'm like, yeah, I want to do this. And like the whole time it's like a cartoon balloon. Like, I'm seeing like little vaginas just dancing around in my head. Eyes on the prize. So I go ahead, I get in the chair. They clamp my tongue. They put the piercing in. I like cry, but I'm like, I'm gonna be crying in a good way in a couple of weeks. It's gonna be all good. So I go and he puts the piercing in. I go and I look he has me go look at it in the bathroom mirror, and like I stick my tongue out and I look at it. I'm like, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. So I figured like the girl is pretty psyched too, and like the night's over, we go, and she's like, I'll see you soon. I was like, yes, you will. So I go to bed, and like the guy's telling me like I gotta like gargle all the time, and I gotta like do all this stuff to like make sure it doesn't get infected or whatever. But one of the things he doesn't tell me is how much my tongue is gonna swell up. So the next morning I wake up, and like sure enough, it's like I was during the summer I was working. I was actually running like an orientation program for incoming students. So I was like the manager, like the face of this particular program, as parents and kids would come in and drop themselves off for the first time. So I wake up in the morning, I'm like, ugh, 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 and like my tongue is like swollen, totally swollen in my mouth. And so I realize I can't talk, and when I go to work, hordes of parents and students are coming in. And the parents are asking me all these questions, and they're like, is Maryland going to be good for my kid? And like, I'm afraid to talk to any of these people, so I kind of grin like an idiot the whole time. Just, I go home. I'm eating ice cream. I'm doing all this stuff. I'm trying to do whatever it takes to make the swelling go down. I go home back to Jersey to go and visit my folks for a weekend, and because it was already planned. And I go home with my mom, and coincidentally enough, my mom is livid because she's like, your cousin so-and-so, I'm not going to use her real name, so-and-so is, she's like totally losing her mind. No one understands what's going on with her and the family. She's like running around in the streets, and she got a tongue ring. And I'm like, what a slut. And she's like, can you believe that? And I'm like, no, I can't believe that, Mom, that's crazy. And like, I spend the whole weekend hiding this tongue ring from my mom, but I go back to Maryland, and I'm ready, like my tongue is back down to normal size, and I'm ready to go. Like, I've been like doing like push-ups with my tongue and stuff, and like I've been curling weights and stuff like that. I'm ready to go. So I go back and I call up the girl and I said, hey, you know, like, you want to get together tonight? I got this tongue ring. And she says, yeah, let's. She's like, yeah, it's good. You know, I've actually been wanting to see you. Let's get together. So we go and like we have dinner and we sit in her room, and we're sitting in her bedroom. We're on her bed, and I'm kind of like going to make my move, and she goes, wait, I should let you know, I don't think I'm that into you. I was like, bitch, what? I got this tongue ring. So I was stuck with it. I was stuck with the tongue ring, and I was stuck with being by myself. And you know, I spent like the next like couple of weeks trying to figure out how to get this thing out, because like it's just like mocking me for the rest of the week. It's like having a telltale heart inside of my mouth, clicking around in my teeth and stuff. And finally, on one particular day, I was giving a presentation. I was an English major, and I was giving a presentation on a particular novel. And in the middle of the presentation, my tongue ring came unscrewed and came out. So I like spit it out onto the floor, and that was it. That's how I got licked.